test. afternoon, everyone. Thank you. All right, we would like to welcome you to our OCHS Fall Sports Awards ceremony. This program honors those who have committed their time and dedication as a student athlete and acknowledges their accomplishments. At this moment, we would also like to thank all coaches for their time, effort, and willingness to motivate student athletes and for showing them the value of being on a team. Can we please give our fall coaches a round of applause? Thank you. All right, please remember to be considerate and respectful during this program. You don't have to be the last clapper. And so, first, we will welcome Ms. Leslie Harmon and her assistant, Mr. Kramer.
Can I please have all the members of the golf team come to the stage? And managers. While the members are making their way to the stage here, I want to take a second to thank the parents and grandparents of these ladies, as well as Jen, the administrators, the board of our district. This team received an enormous amount of support this year, and I really feel like it contributed to the success that these ladies had this year. So thanks to you all from Coach Kramer and myself. I'm going to give a little bit of information on the season before I move to individual awards. The ladies that are up here right now made up both the varsity and the JV squads for the girls golf program this year. We had 11 golfers in total complete the season. In total, the team competed in 13 regular season tournaments. Of those 13, our team finished in either second or third in 11 of them. If I counted correctly, there were 98 medals awarded to this team this year between team and individual finishes in the regular season, which is just awesome. In postseason, the team of Peyton Pitts, Emma Teal, Lindsay Davenport, Riley Pettigene, Olivia Phillips, and Kenya Mejia Cortez finished in third place out of 15 at a super tough regional tournament, and then went on to the state tournament where the team finished at 6th place in 3-2-1A. The team qualified for finals in the state tournament, which has never been done before in the history of our school. So it was a fantastic way to end the season. Since we have a relatively small team, I'm going to highlight a few accomplishments for each player before awarding letters. We'll start with our freshman, Ava Palacio. This was Ava's first year of golf. This year she was able to compete in 5 tournaments, 4 of which were JV and 1 that was varsity. Her best score was at her last tournament of the season. She and Haley Bourakis were scramble partners, and they shot a 47 at Great Lakes North in Topeka. So Ava will get a provisional letter this year. We can do 2 claps. Good job. Okay. Addie Couch. Addie's a freshman, and this was her first year of golf as well. She was able to golf in 7 total tournaments this year. 6 of them were JV, and 1 was varsity. Addie had several tournaments that stood out this year, but her best was a scramble at Village Greens, where she and Maddie Bourne took 6th overall with a 47. Addie will get a provisional letter this year as well. Peyton Pitts. This was Peyton's first year of golf as well. She participated in 8 tournaments, which is the max amount that any golfer can do during regular season. Plus, she was part of the regional team and the state team as well. Peyton really had an outstanding season. She medaled individually in every single tournament that she attended. She ended the regular season with 2 8th place medals, 2 7th place medals, a 6th place medal, a 4th place medal, a 3rd place medal, and she took 1st place individually in the Council Grove Invitational. Additionally, she had an outstanding postseason. At our regular tournament, at our regional tournament, she took 6th place overall, and it's worth mentioning that the girls who placed 1 through 5 in that tournament actually went on to win state as a team. At state, she finished in 18th place, which is just incredible as a freshman. After the season ended, she was awarded honorable mention in the Kansas Golf Coaches Association's All-State list. Peyton will get a letter this year. Dakota Box. This was Dakota's second year on the team. She was able to golf in 8 tournaments, with 3 of them being varsity. Dakota contributed at both the JV and the varsity level this year, winning the Village Greens JV Scramble with Lindsay, as well as medaling at 9th in the Rossville Varsity Invitational. Dakota will receive a provisional letter this year. Haley Budarakis. Even though she's a sophomore, this is her first year on the team. Haley was able to golf in 4 tournaments this year, all of which were JV. If there was an award for most improved scores, Haley would receive it because over the course of the season, she improved her score by 24 strokes on 9 holes, which is pretty darn good. Haley will receive a provisional letter this year. Emma Teal. This is Emma's second year on the team. She competed in 6 tournaments this year and was able to medal individually in 4 of them. She had both a strong start and a strong finish to her season. Her first tournament of the year, she placed 3rd overall, and in her last tournament, she placed 4th place overall. Emma was also part of both the regional and the state teams this year as well. She will receive a letter this year. Maddie Bourne. This is Maddie's second year on the team. She golfed in 8 tournaments this year. She bounced back and forth a little bit between JV and varsity, but was able to contribute pretty well at both levels. Her best score was at the Council Grove JV Invitational, where she shot at 50, and she won the whole tournament. Maddie will receive a letter this year. Lindsay Davenport. This was Lindsay's 3rd year on the team. She competed in 8 tournaments this year, and she, like some of the others, bounced back and forth a little bit from JV to varsity towards the beginning. Her game improved tremendously over the course of the season, and she finished it out playing strictly varsity. She and Dakota took 1st place in the Village Greens JV Scramble, and she medaled 12th individually in the Jeff West Invitational. She was part of both the regional and the state teams. Lindsay will also receive a letter this year. Riley Pettigene. This is Riley's 3rd year on the team. She competed in 6 tournaments this year, medaling individually in 3. Her best score was at Western Hills, where she shot at 47, and what's most impressive about that is she had never actually played that course before. That was her first time, and she shot her best score there. She was part of both the regional and the state teams. Riley will receive a letter this year. Olivia Phillips. Olivia is a senior this year, but this was only her 2nd year on the team. She competed in 7 tournaments this year and medaled in 5 of them. The highlight of her season was easily winning our home tournament with a score of 46. I'm sure that felt really good to accomplish her senior year. In addition to her 1st place finish, she earned 2 4th place medals, a 5th place medal, and a 9th place over the course of the season. She was part of both the regional and the state teams as well, and finished the state tournament in a tie for 33rd place. Olivia will receive a letter this year. Kenya Mejia Cortez. She's also a senior. This is her 3rd year on the team as well. She was able to compete in 7 tournaments this year and medaled in 4 of them. Her best individual finish was in her last regular season tournament of the year, where she took 5th place overall. Also worth mentioning is the fact that Kenya shot her personal record in the state tournament this year and was 1 stroke away from breaking 100 on 18 holes. That's pretty impressive. She was part of both the regional and state teams. Kenya will receive a letter this year. Last and certainly not least, I want to recognize Bryce Weinberger. Bryce was our manager this year. He helped out as much as he could. He came to practices, he made sure that those range buckets were full, the players had what they needed. He was even able to jump in a few times and show the team members what he knew about clubs and swings. Above everything else, he was just really entertaining for the whole season. Okay, so Bryce, thank you for all your help this year. It was really nice to have someone there to lend an extra hand when Coach Kramer and I needed it. You will be receiving a special letter this year that is reserved specifically for managers who go above and beyond. So thank you. The last set of awards that I want to give out, I feel carry a little bit more weight than the letters and the provisional letters do. At the end of the season, I asked the team members to nominate their teammates in categories that I think speak more volume than the scores that they may have obtained over the season. The first award that I want to give out is the Hardest Working Award. This award is given to the person who consistently put in extra time and effort in order to have a successful season. There was actually a tie in votes for this award, so I decided to award them both because I just really feel that they are both incredibly deserving of this. These two are Peyton Pitts and Riley Pettigene. The second award is the Leadership Award. Leadership can come in many forms, but this person I think was nominated based on her drive to set a good example and use her experience on the team to help others. The person receiving this award is Kenya Mejia Cortez. The next award is Best Short Game. In golf, your short game ultimately is more important than your long game. Having finesse when chipping and putting can really give you an advantage when you're playing. This person just seems to have a magic touch when it comes to that, and consistently in both practices and tournaments was able to keep those short game strokes to a minimum. The person receiving this award is Emma Teal. This is her second consecutive year to get that award, so she's doing something right. Okay, and our last award is for Best Teammate. Okay, this award is for the team member who the team legitimately just enjoyed playing with the most. There was a tie for this award as well, and I can tell you that both of these recipients are incredibly deserving of this. Both of these girls were constantly encouraging others, regardless of how each of them was playing that day. In order to be a good teammate, you have to put the team first, and I can't think of a time when either of these two did not do that. The two receiving this award are Lindsay Davenport and Maddie Bourne. Congratulations on an awesome season, ladies. Thank you. Level this year, winning the Village Greens JV Scramble. All right, can I get the volleyball team up here? With Lindsay, as well as Melanie Knight in the Rossville Varsity Invitational. Dakota will receive the traditional blend this year. Haley to the Rockets. Even though she's a sophomore, this is her first year on the team. Haley was able to go home 4 tournaments this year, all of which were JV. If there was an award for most year scores, Haley would receive it because over the course of the season, she went her score by 24 strokes on 9 holes, which is pretty darn good. Haley will receive a provisional blend this year. Emma Teal. This is Emma's second year on the team. She competed in 6 tournaments this year and was able to medal individually and team work. She had a strong start and a strong finish of her season. Her first tournament of the year, she placed 3rd overall, and in her last tournament, she placed 4th place overall. Emma was also part of both the regional and the state teams.
It's a hassle. Thank you to Alberta Tate for being our line judge at tournaments, and also Josie Garland for doing our book. Thank you to all the parents for feeding our players for games and tournaments. A big thank you to Josie Garland, Tracy Lane, and Jody Tillman for organizing all that. I also want to thank my assistant coaches, Coach Lohmeyer, Coach Easy. I couldn't have asked for a better coaching staff. They provided so much support to myself and the girls throughout the season and spent countless of hours in the gym, which took the time away from their families. So thank you for that. And lastly, thank you to the players for putting in work every day with a positive attitude and buying into change. Next, I want to talk about the season. For all 3 teams, we have 27 girls out. So JV2, they finished 8 and 15, but made some huge improvements throughout the season. Our JV2 team had one of the busiest schedules. We actually added 4 additional quads and triangulars, which added about 10 extra matches for them. So they were very busy, but fought hard. Their biggest achievement this year was playing Linden 5 times, which is very difficult, and got that win that last time. So that was a great accomplishment. JV finished 13 and 10. Honestly, our JV was one of the best in the league. Our record doesn't necessarily show that, but they had some tough tournaments. Their highlight was coming back and beating Linden in 3 sets this season. If you notice, both were against Linden. Our one for varsity was as well, so I guess it's a good day any day to beat Linden. So for varsity, we finished 19 and 16. We had some tough tournaments. When I looked it up, we played 10 top 15 teams in 3A, 4A, or 5A this season, which just shows how competitive our schedule is. We finished tied for second in league and placed third in the league tournament. A few highlights would be beating Council Grove at home and then beating Linden. We were down 16-24 and sided out 9 different times, which is unheard of for volleyball. Also, we had a freshman, Julia, was serving, so it's a lot of pressure, and we ended up winning 29-27. So that was a great accomplishment. A big thank you to Josie Garland, Tracy Lane, and Jody Tillman for organizing all. We have serving. Callie Lane led the team with aces, with 48 aces and over 307 serves on the season. This ranked her 5th in the league in total aces. Julia Kitzelman was second with 29 on our team. For serve received, Julia Kitzelman led our team with 339 passes and only 33 errors, passing a 2.7 out of the 3. Greta Crawford was second with a 2.67 and passed 293 serve receive balls and only had 30 errors. For defense, we were led by Greta Crawford. She had 243 digs on the season, which ranked her 4th in the league in total digs, and Julia Kitzelman was second on our team with 205. Setting was led by Callie Lane. She led our team with 574 assists and 1,734 total sets. She was ranked second in the league with total assists and 15th in all of 3A. Greta Crawford, I must add, is second because she always joked around that she should be setting instead of libero. She came in second with 30 assists. Blocking was led by Campbell Stark. She had 35 blocks on the season and ranked second in the league. Lexi Boss was second on our team with 32 blocks and ranked 4th in the league. Hitting was led by Campbell Stark again, hitting 371 kills, or having 371 kills, hitting a 2.35, which is very good for an outside, especially an outside that used to be a middle. Her hitting percentage was 3rd in the league, and she was number 2 in the league for total kills. Second on our team was Julia Kitzelman with 132. Last week we had all-league voting, and I want to mention that Campbell Stark was unanimous first team, Callie Lane also got first team, and then Greta Crawford got honorable mention. So now I'll go over the lettering. We'll start with our participants. So if you give them 2 claps, that'd be great. I have Ellie Boner, Riley Brown, Mariah Gentry, Olivia Hastings, Brooklyn Johnson, DJ Long, McKenna McFarland, Zeta Spade, Kira Davidson, Kirsten Dehoff, Kaylee Boner, Riley Farlow, Emery Lovett, and Lillian Mitchell. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about Lillian. She was one of our seniors. She moved in here last year and played JV with me actually, and played about 3 rotations. Well, this year she came in and was a huge part of her team, playing all the way around, outside, was a major leader, and just improved a lot. So we will miss Lily next year especially. Now we have our provisional letter winners, and I'm going to start with Allison Sloop, Addie Watson, Riley Moon, and Emily Lamone. Those 4 were kind of tweeners for us. They came in on varsity and played a little bit, but didn't play all the time. But definitely our team wouldn't have been the same without them. Great practice players, and came in some really crucial moments on varsity, serving or setting or hitting. Our letter winners, we'll start with Julia Kitzman. Then we have Lexi Boss, Madeline Renfro, Paige Burke, Callie Lane, Campbell Stark, and then next we have Pearl Coxman. Pearl was one of our seniors. She's our manager. She will be lettering this year. Honestly, Pearl did so much for our team. She set up everything at practice, got things out, and then she also did game film for us and only locked us out of the iPad once. Where is Pearl? She up here? Yeah, that was an incident. But she did a great job, helped us a lot, and we will miss her. Next one we have is Peyton Gantenbein. Peyton was, well actually she started with me my first season coaching on JV. And has made some major improvements. She started last year as middle and was our middle this year. She improved even though she has Barbie hands still, which is a running joke on our team. But yeah, she was our middle blocker. She really set up our defense for our team. She had 57 kills on the season, saw the court well. I think it's safe to say that Kane probably saw the court the best and perfected tipping behind the block, even when I was screaming at her to swing. But yeah, she did a great job. She has 13 blocks in the season, but really I don't think that justifies how well the block she was, because that only includes down blocks. She touched just about everything. So she will definitely be missed and helped us a lot. And then we have Greta Crawford. Greta was our libero this season. This was our first year in this position, transitioning from outside hitter. I'm pretty sure she was mad at me at first, but she learned to love it and did a fantastic job. She brought a lot of varsity experience and competitiveness to the court. I know our defense and service league wouldn't be the same without her in that position. She had 243 digs on the season. Like I said, passed a 2.67 on service league. She had 203 serves with 22 aces, and earned honorable mention as libero, which there's only one for each team, so that is a very good honor. So yeah, that was our season for volleyball. We will miss our seniors greatly, and I think next is Mr. Bellinger with cross country.
I'll go ahead and have the cross-country runners and the managers come up this time. While some of them are making their way up, I'll go ahead with a few things. First of all, I want to say congratulations to Coach Spicer and the volleyball girls on a great season. Congratulations to Coach Ganvon and the football team on another great season. Also want to congratulate Coach Harmon and the girls golf team on their state trip. I'd also like to congratulate Mr. Stuckey and I believe Mr. Johnson. I went to the play this weekend. I thought that was awesome. So kudos to you guys. That was a great job as well. So everyone's hard work made for a great fall. I'll go ahead with a few thank yous. Obviously we don't do these things on our own, so Alan Carlson, I want to tell him thank you for tons of stuff, but he always sets up our cross-country meet out here at the golf course. This year we had to do that 2 weeks in a row. He did some bus driving for us. He has done a lot of stuff for me this year, so I appreciate Alan. Our bus drivers, which again includes Alan, Jim, and Sandy for always taking care of us. Appreciate Jim taking us to our trip in Olathe. Thank Jen for our subs and printing out my certificates. I want to thank Mrs. Jenkins for helping doing supervision when I'm not able to. If I have a cross-country meet on a weekend or something, I can't make it to volleyball. She's taken that for me. So I want to thank Mr. Hesson and the school board for allowing me to keep doing what I love to do. Everyone else that helped, I know there's a lot of things that are along the way. I want everybody to know that we appreciate all the help. I probably will forget people, but not intentionally. So. First of all, thanking call them our fans. A lot of times it's our parents, a few kids here and there, but we really do appreciate when people show up at cross-country meets. It's a big difference when you see someone that you know, when you're running, you're 2 miles from anywhere, and you see some familiar faces. So we want to appreciate, or tell them we appreciate them. We did have a couple of our boys, actually, so I appreciate Noah. Was it Noah? And Joe, I know I seen you two at the state meet, so I appreciate you guys coming to that too. But we appreciate everybody that comes out and watches and takes part. So I don't know where she's hiding. She's small. But I want to tell Coach Watkins how much I appreciate her. Number one, it's not easy for an assistant coach to live out of town, and most of you know she lives in Council Grove. But she has been a great addition to the staff. She brings a lot of energy. I'm getting older and she doesn't seem to be, so she's like outrunning me everywhere she's going. So when I can't make it somewhere, I'm like, yeah, you make it to the way out there part. And she's up for that. She's always out there running, so she brings lots of enthusiasm to practice. She does a lot of the little things to help me out with t-shirts, or sometimes she stays after or waits on kids to get rides, and makes my job a lot easier. So definitely want to tell her I appreciate her. I want to thank the parents, obviously, for having such great kids to work with. I appreciate seeing you all at the meets, cheering the kids on, being very helpful with putting up tents and getting things put away. I appreciate you helping your child with their fundraiser. We were able to do a lot of things this season that we normally wouldn't be able to do. We always make sure we get our team t-shirts. We love getting Froggy shaved ice. We thought that was going to be a bad thing this season because all the construction, Froggy's wasn't coming to town anymore, but he was able to sneak in a few times and we were able to knock that out, so that was good. It paid for some meals, and then also we took our team trip up to main event this last weekend, and I had a blast. It's fun to do the fun stuff, not just to show up, work hard, that's all great and doing all that stuff, but sometimes when you can kind of just cut loose and have fun with the kids, that's great too. So I appreciate all that. And then obviously most importantly, I want to thank these athletes that are standing up here. I want to thank them for making it an incredible season. It's not easy to show up and run, but that is what we do. We always say it's just not sexy. It's not one of those things. It's not an ooh and ah sport, but they show up and they just work, and I appreciate all the effort that they put in. At this time, I'll go through freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors. If they lettered, I'll say that. If they didn't, I'll just call their name. You can do the two clap, and then we'll move through. So freshmen, Holden Vaughn, he lettered. Brody Thompson, Landon Pettigene, he lettered. Harrison Bailey. Mallory Patterson, Dally Meek, she lettered. Jayton Bossy, she lettered. And Emery Speaks, she lettered. Maybe. Okay, I'll go ahead and start with our sophomores. Sadie Shoemaker, she lettered. Harley Watkins, she was our manager this year. Robert Jones. Luke Kearns, he lettered this year. Luke Ornder, he lettered this year. I'll move on to our juniors. Gracie Smith, lettered this year. Allie Sage, she lettered this year. Georgia Kitzelman. Colby Hokinson. Landon Reeves. Warren Lowry. Brian Davies, he lettered this year. Noah Lohmeyer, lettered this year. And Josiah Smith, he lettered this year. And then this year, this part will be much, much shorter because we only have one senior on the entire roster. So we'll make her just come up and stand out front. Yeah, you did it at the plate for like an hour. Get up there. I won't talk in an English accent like she did, but she did a great job of that too. But there's a whole lot you can say about Ellie Mae. Obviously, I call her Ellie Mae. I didn't know her middle name, so I gave her one. So she is always to me Ellie Mae. There's a lot you can say, but I'll stick with the cross-country stuff. She's a tremendous work ethic. I make the joke that she leaves it all out on the course, and I usually say that because she's vomiting. But I say that because she always gives max effort. She is a leader by example, and many of us could learn a few things from the way that she leads, me included. She has been a state athlete. She was a part of our 7th place state team. She was a member of our league championship team from 2020. And she is a 3-year letter winner. Ellie, I hope that you know you have made a lasting impact on this team and on this program, and we will definitely miss you. Who she led this year? I'll go through a few highlights as I wrap up here. We have a few adjustments. For those who don't know, we have the track and the cross-country record boards right out front outside the office. We have a few adjustments to it. Gracie Smith improved her record board time to 22:01, and she is number 6 on the record board. Jayden Bossy moved herself up to number 2 on the record board with a time of 20:39. And Emery Speaks is now your school record holder with a time of 19:58. During the season, the girls won the Northern Heights meet, as well as won the Council Grove meet. The girls team were also league runner-up. We had 5 individuals. When I call their name, I'll just have them step out. They can give away whatever they want to do. They earned all league honors. It's Josiah Smith, Emery Speaks, Jayden Bossy, Gracie Smith, and Sadie Shoemaker. Step back. The girls team were regional runner-up, earning them a trip to the state meet. So I'll have those 7 girls step out there. Not Joe. You guys actually have to step out there. Yeah. I will say this, we went into a regional meet. At the regional meet, you only take the top 3 to state. And before that week had started, we were sitting in 5th. And like hopes for state were kind of bleak, but we talked through stuff and we went through some things, and there was really no quit. There wasn't like a poor me. I think I did that for about a week when those things came out. But after that, it was more of like, no, let's just get this job done. And I can't honestly say enough about them. They showed up at Council Grove and just killed it. They just went crazy, and times were awesome, and some things went in our favor. But obviously, regional runner-up, giving us a state berth. Emery and Jayden were both regional medalists. And then as we go out to the state meet, obviously those 7 girls got the chance to run at Rimrock again. I always tell them the first time we run at Rimrock, I give that one to them. And the second time they got to earn it. And this time they definitely did. So Emery and Jayden were both state medalists, finishing in 8th and 19th place overall. And obviously the girls as a team finished 7th. So give them a round of applause. Lastly, I just want to thank these athletes one more time for all their hard work and dedication that they showed this year. Truly was an amazing season. With only graduating 1 senior, I look forward to what comes next year and seeing what we can accomplish. Thank you. Before you go up there, some of you will notice the honor wall out front. Don't feel excluded, but if you are a football player on the roster right now, you'll see that some of them got updated. If you are a football player, I did not update yours yet because I'm hoping that we have plenty of honors coming in, and once the honors come in, football players are usually printed and yours will be put up on the wall too. So, Coach G.
football guys, I'm not going to have you come up just quite yet. I'm going to say a few things and then we'll bring you up. But the 2022 Osage City Indians saw many successes on the field. Our junior varsity team started the summer off right by winning the 7-on-7 championship, and then they went 7-0 this fall and had an outstanding season. The varsity team, despite a more challenging schedule this fall and replacing 6 or 7 starters on each side of the ball, went 8-2. They averaged over 42 points a game. They won a district championship, and they also won a playoff game. Along with the successes on the field, we had a number of successes off the field as well. We had Attitude of Gratitude MVPs and honorees, and we did High Five Friday each game day with the elementary school. We had several team members serve as coaches for our youth tackle teams in the community, and we had 30 or so guys take part in Community Sunday through Community Covenant Church. We had 50 players and 3 managers finish the season, probably one of the larger groups to finish the season in school history, I would imagine. We learned life lessons through Coach Tice's Words of the Week, along with learning the values of hard work, sacrifice, perseverance, and teamwork through our time in the weight room and on the field. We also had fun through competitions and practice, JV varsity games, team meals, a team trip to a KU football game, and a team shrimp boil and cornhole tournament. I know I am, and I can speak for these guys as well. Thank you for every member of our team. Our freshman class has good numbers and a lot of talented, hardworking players, and it is a group that has a chance to be really special. Our sophomore class also has good numbers. Okay, again, I'm going to be doing it via numerical order based on their jersey number. And football players, if you want a letter, you'll come forward to the coaches. If not, you can just step forward, wave at the crowd, give your parade wave or whatever. We did have a lot of people earn letters this year. One of the incentives that we have in our program for kids to stay with it is our playoff lettering incentive, regardless of how much they played during the year. If they play one snap in a playoff game, they earn a provisional letter. If they play one snap, 2 playoff games, they earn a letter. So we have, some guys that earn provisionals through that, and a few guys that earn letters that way. And they are deserving of that because it is a grind to continue to, stay with football throughout the season and everything we have to do. So, first off, we have number 1, Cooper Stokes. He's a junior. He plays wide receiver and outside linebacker for us, and he was a letter winner. 2 claps. Next up, number 2, Dayton Meek. He's a 10th grader, wide receiver, defensive back, letter winner. Number 3, Cooper Parsons. He's a junior, running back and linebacker. He was a letter winner. Cooper was second on the team in rushing with 537 yards, second in total yards with 729, second in scoring with 60 points, second in tackles with 73, second in tackles for loss with 7.5. He was a first team all-district running back and second team linebacker, Cooper Parsons. Number 4, Keaton Curley, a senior. Keaton played wide receiver and linebacker this year, and Keaton was a letter winner. Number 5, Jess Reese, junior. Jess played wide receiver, defensive back, and was a letter winner. He was second on the team in receiving yards at 393. He tied for first in receiving touchdowns with 6. He was third in tackles with 50. He tied for second in interceptions with 1. We need to up our interceptions, all I would say, but he did tie for second. He was the first team all-district defensive back and a second team wide receiver, Jess Reese. Number 6, Ryan Farwell, sophomore. Ryan played wide receiver, defensive back, earned a letter, and he was number 1 on the team, punting average at 26 yards a punt. Number 7, Leighton Moon. Leighton is a freshman. He played wide receiver and linebacker, and Leighton earned a provisional letter. Number 8, Britton earned a letter this year. Number 10, Landon Boss. Landon is a senior, played quarterback and linebacker. Shockingly, he did earn a letter. Landon led the team in passing yards with 1,821. That was number 3 in 2A. He was number 1 in rushing yards on the team with 1,425. He was first in total yards of the team with 3,246. That is number 1 in 2A, and that is number 2 in all classes, 6-man all the way to 6A, so that's pretty impressive. He led the team in points with 126, first in tackles with 87, that was number 3 in 2A. First in tackles for loss, 13.5. He was named the district offensive MVP. He was a unanimous first team choice at quarterback, and he was first team linebacker, Landon Boss. Number 11, Brecken Bowen. Brecken is a senior. Brecken played wide receiver and linebacker and earned a letter. He was tied for first on the team in receiving touchdowns with 6. He led the team in interceptions with 3. He earned first team all-district honors at defensive back, and he was an honorable mention wide receiver, Brecken Bowen. Number 12, Kaysen Parsons, freshman. Kaysen played quarterback and linebacker for us. Kaysen earned a letter, and Kaysen was number 2 on the team in passing yards with 270. Number 13, Caden Kirkpatrick. Caden is a senior. He played wide receiver, tight end, and defensive line for us. Caden earned a letter. Caden was second on the team in catches with 26, third in tackles for loss with 6.5. Caden earned first team all-district defensive line honors and second team honors at tight end. Caden Kirkpatrick. Number 15, Josiah Smith, a junior. He's primarily a kicker for us. Josiah earned a letter. He was number 1 in Class 2A in kick scoring with 57 points. Number 1 in PAT with 45. He was 92% on his PATs. And I was pretty pleased with our district meeting, but Josiah got robbed at the district meeting. He was named second team all-district, which is, still an accomplishment, but I felt like Joe deserved to be the first team all-district kicker. Josiah Smith. Number 16, Hawk Shoptees is a sophomore. Hawk is also a kicker and plays defensive end for us. Hawk Shoptees earned a provisional letter. Number 19, Weston Dunbar is a senior. He plays wide receiver and defensive back and earned a letter. Weston was first on the team in catches and receiving yards. He had 33 catches, 471 receiving yards, and Weston earned first team all-district honors as a wide receiver, Weston Dunbar. Next up is 20, Dalton Schaefer, a senior. Dalton played defensive back for us this year, an outside linebacker. He earned a letter, and he was honorable mention all-district at linebacker. Number 21, Noah Schrader, junior. Noah played wide receiver and outside linebacker for us this year and earned a letter. Number 23, Lucas Gantline is a freshman. He played wide receiver and defensive back, and Lucas earned a provisional letter. And he's confused. Number 24, Quentin Stark, freshman. Quentin played wide receiver and outside linebacker. Quentin earned a provisional letter. I gotta get back on track now. Number 25, Tyson Gregg, a sophomore. Tyson played wide receiver, defensive back. Tyson earned a letter, and Tyson tied for second on the team in interceptions with 1. Number 26, Jaden Boyard, a junior. Jaden played wide receiver and outside linebacker, and Jaden earned a letter. Number 28, Logan McKinney. Logan is a sophomore. He played wide receiver and defensive back, and Logan earned a letter. Number 30, Ashton Rousey is a freshman. He played running back and linebacker and was a participant. Colin Curley, number 31, freshman. Colin played wide receiver and linebacker, and Colin earned a provisional letter. Noah Carlson, number 33, sophomore. He played tight end and defensive end, and Noah earned a provisional letter. Logan White, number 34, sophomore. Logan played running back and linebacker, and Logan earned a letter. Number 40, Tim Allen Estes is a sophomore. He played running back and linebacker, and Tim earned a letter. Number 45, Matt Leonard is a freshman. He played wide receiver and defensive back and was a participant. Number 50, Logan Fecker is a junior. He played offensive line, defensive line. He was a letter winner, and last night at the all-district meeting earned second team all-district offensive line. Number 51, Brian Winchester, sophomore. He played offensive line, defensive line, and was a participant and had the best prop for his individual picture with his Big Mac that his parents bought him and brought for the picture. He doesn't even like Big Mac. Pretty cool though. 52, Austin Lamb, freshman. Austin plays offensive line and linebacker, and Austin earned a letter this year. Number 53, Dalton Rush is a senior. Dalton plays offensive and defensive line. He earned a letter. And last night, Dalton was named second team all-district offensive line. Number 56, Caden Jackson, sophomore, offensive line and linebacker, and Caden earned a letter this year. Number 57, William Weldon, junior, offensive line and linebacker, and William was a participant this year. Number 59, Brady Bowen. Brady was a freshman, offensive line, defensive line, and was a participant this year. Number 60, Mason Gibson. Mason is a senior, offensive and defensive line, letter winner, and last night he earned first team all-district offensive line. And he almost had an interception yet. Not on the offensive line. Yeah. Number 62, Aiden Staley, sophomore, offensive defensive line. Aiden was a provisional winner this year. Number 63, Carlos Big Jog Hassel Vargas. He's a junior, offensive defensive line, letter winner, still the cutest boy in the school. Number 64, Noah Martinez, sophomore, offensive and defensive line, letter. Number 65, junior, Chase Williams, offensive and defensive line, letter winner. Number 66, Crew Jackson, sophomore, offensive and defensive line, letter winner. Number 70, Colby Fagan, freshman, offensive and defensive line, provisional letter winner. Number 72, Bowen Rumble, junior, offensive and defensive line, letter winner. Number 73, Ronan Rumble, freshman, offensive and defensive line, participant. He shared a fact with me today about which Roosevelt was it? Teddy Roosevelt. That Teddy Roosevelt got shot in the back and didn't seek medical attention and spoke for 45 minutes and then sought medical attention. So I was a little worried about Ronan's intentions today. If he was going to get me and then see if I would power through it like Teddy Roosevelt, but thus far I've not been shot. 75, Austin Creetaw, senior, offensive and defensive line, letter winner. Austin was named second team all-district defensive line last night. Number 76, Gavin Erickson, freshman, offensive and defensive line, and Gavin earned a provisional letter. Number 80, Tate Smith, freshman, wide receiver, defensive back. Tate earned a letter this year. Number 83, Dylan Teal, freshman, running back, defensive back. Dylan earned a letter this year. And number 88, Severn Rummel, freshman, wide receiver, tight end, and linebacker. Severn earned a letter this year. Last but not least, we have our managers. We appreciate everything that they do. We ask them to do a lot. We give them various jobs, day to day. They help with all kinds of stuff, whether it's equipment, water, filming. They fill a lot of different roles, and we could not do what we do without them. We have junior Logan Fortner, who earned a letter. We have sophomore Hayden Kearns, who earned a letter. And we have sophomore Conlon Williams, who was a participant. All right, to close today, I'd like to congratulate the other fall sports teams and the activities on their seasons and all their accomplishments. Lots of successes all around. I want to take a moment to thank all the people that contributed to our team and our program. It truly takes a village. We are very blessed to have a great village here in Osage City. Thank you to the USD 420 School Board, administration, and staff for everything they do to support our players, our coaches, and our program. Thank you to everyone involved in the barbecue and the work option fundraisers. Special thanks to Mike Beggar, Chandra Dunbar, Liz Tice, Wayne Wishop, Jennifer Hokinson, the football parents, the football participants, the donors, and the buyers. I forgot Levi Punches. Number 58, Levi Punches, freshman. O-line, D-line, provisional. Sorry, Levi. My bad. English teacher needs to learn how to read. Thank you, Gary Lohman, Linda Law, Michael Turner for sharing your photography skills with everyone via Facebook. Thank you to Mr. Boss and Mr. Bellinger for painting the power ending on the game field this season. It's been something that we've been trying to get done now for several years. We appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you to Alan Carlson for the many, many things that he does for our program and for all the other programs. Couldn't do it without him. Thank you to the band, to the cheer team, color guard, the dance team, everyone else with the boosting spirit at the games. We appreciate all your hard work and everything that you do that goes into that. I know it's a lot. Thank you to the press box and the chain gang crews for all their work at the games. The technology and stats crew includes Andy Lohmeyer, Wayne Rush, Tyler Parsons, Mike Baker, Chris Mullins, Adam Teal. I appreciate all the time that they spend and the great job that they all do. I want to thank the coaches in our program, our flag football and our youth tackle coaches, Coach Smith and the middle school football staff, Coach K for his work during summer weights, Coach Boss for his work in the press box and in the weight room, and my assistants, Coach Patterson, Coach Foote, Coach Ty, for the massive amount of time they put into our program in season and out of season. I have a great staff and I really appreciate them. I also want to give a special thank you to Coach Waller, who joined us a few weeks in and was a nice addition to our staff as well. I want to thank the families of the coaches and my own family. It's a very time-consuming job to coach high school football, and we appreciate you letting us do what we love to do and supporting us while we do so. I want to thank our football parents. I appreciate everything that they do for their son and the team. Special thanks to Chandra Dunbar for spearheading team meals, the Gibsons for organizing a team meal before middle school support night, the Parsons for doing the shrimp boil, the Boss family for hosting a senior and coach dinner, and everyone else that contributed to these events or others throughout the year. And finally, thank you football team members. We enjoy the heck out of working with you. We ask a lot out of you because we care about you. We want you to develop both on and off the field. And what we talked about with all the times not having any regrets. And so we push them to try to reach that goal. Thank you for your time, your hard work, your dedication, and your continued commitment to our program. It is an honor to coach you and to lead this program. That concludes football.
This concludes our Fall Sports Awards program, so please give everybody a round of applause.